Hi everybody, this is Dr. Sean Talbot, Monavie's Chief Science and Innovation Officer, and welcome to another edition of From the Lab. Just this past weekend, I was running the More Project 5K to support the More Project. And after the race, we were all sort of standing around talking about different races that we've done and having some water and having some Monavie juice and stretching and just sort of enjoying the day. It was a wonderful, wonderful turnout. Not just because of the money that we raised, but the fact that people were out there just being Monavie, right? More Project is Monavie. It's what we're all about. And the fact we were out there just sort of enjoying the morning and being active and sort of living what we talk about, that just, it felt right. It felt good. But one of the things we were talking about, people kept asking me, what do I do for my workouts? What do I eat before my workouts? What do I drink during my workouts? And I thought this would be a good opportunity to talk a little bit about that. Almost every morning, you've heard me say this before when we've talked about the Reveal Shakes, almost every morning I start my day off with a Reveal Shake. I did that this morning, I did that yesterday morning. I don't do it every single morning. I do it really, not because I'm trying to lose weight, I do it for a convenience factor. But I do it because it's probably the healthiest meal that any of us are going to get all day in terms of the proteins and the healthy carbs and the fibers and all those phytonutrients, what we refer to in nutrition as nutrient density. That product really packs it in. So I want to start the day with that. It's not really a sports product, so to speak, that I'm going to drink that and then run faster later that afternoon. It's not that kind of a product. It's a product that supports my day-to-day ongoing activity levels, So that's what I do there. It's not for that workout. It's so that I can do the workouts all the time. I will use the bars, the Reveal bars, very specifically for my workouts. If I go down to the gym to lift weights, I will take a bar on my way over to the gym and eat it on the way. And I do that so that when I'm doing my workouts and I'm doing squats or I'm doing curls or I'm doing bench press or something like that, the amino acids in that bar that are coming from this hydrolyzed whey protein are being delivered very rapidly to my working muscles. That is key in terms of stimulating protein synthesis, stimulating muscle building. And that's good if you're trying to build muscle, but it's also vital if you're trying to lose weight and keep your muscle. So that bar was actually engineered specifically to use right before your workouts. I'll sometimes take them with me on my long bike rides. I've been known to take them during my long triathlons, where it's something that I'll eat in 2 bites and cram into my mouth as I'm going from the bike to the run, because I want those amino acids to come into my body, not just for the protein synthesis. When I'm using them off the bike into the run, I'm using it because those amino acids are absorbed so quickly, they actually have an effect in the brain that is anti-fatigue in certain ways. So I'm using the shake as general nutrition. I'm using the bars in sort of targeted ways during my workouts or right before my workouts to maximize the effects of those workouts. People ask me all the time too about EMV. Will I drink EMV before my workouts? Will I drink EMV during my workouts? I don't necessarily use it in those phases, but I'll love to have a can of EMV after my workout. Nice cold can of delicious EMV after your workout. That's probably exactly what I'll do this afternoon. My lunchtime workout today is a run, is an interval run. So I'll go out there on the trails out here in front of the Monavie building. I'll do my interval run workout. I'll be depleted afterwards, and one of the things that I'll do to refuel that sugar that I burned off is to do it with a cold can of EMV. So that's a place that you can use that product. So the shakes, the bars, the EMV cans. I certainly use the new product Balance to help maintain my stress hormone profiles, keep it in that normal range where it needs to be, because one of the ways that we measure overtraining in athletes, if you're exercising too much or you're not eating properly and you're not recovering adequately, is by measuring stress hormone levels. Your stress hormones such as cortisol will go up. Your other balancing hormones like testosterone will go down. And when those get out of balance, we'll point to that and we'll say, this is either a stressed out person or an overtrained athlete, and a lot of times it's the same person. It's a stressed out person who is an overtrained athlete. So Balance can help you in that specific standpoint. It's not a product that you're going to take before your workouts to run faster or lift more weights, but it's something like that you take on a regular basis to keep your body in balance so that you can recover and you can bounce back from those stressful experiences, whether it's the stress of life or the stress of your workouts. Another product that I take routinely, in fact, used it on my bike ride yesterday afternoon, is any of our juices. I tend to like Essential in my water bottles, but I'll put Essential in my water bottles if I'm going out for a long ride. Here's how I do that. I don't want just Essential because that's a lot of juice, but I will I'll fill my water bottle all the way with ice cubes, and then the rest of it I'll end up pouring in Essential. And so by the end of the ride, you probably have half Essential, half water after the ice cubes all melt and everything like that. But the reason that I take it is because A, I want the carbohydrates there, B, I want the anti-inflammatory oils that are there, and C, I want the flavonoids. And a lot of people don't realize this. One of the things that is unique about flavonoids is that in the brain, they have a very, very unique anti-fatigue effect. If you've watched the From the Lab episode where we talk about the uniqueness of EMV as an energy drink, and I've talked about how it's not really an energy drink, it's an anti-fatigue drink because of the unique ways that it works in terms of the natural caffeine, the natural slowly digested sugars, and the flavonoids. The flavonoid piece of it it couldn't be any better in our juices. And so I want to have that effect during my workouts, so that if I'm doing sprints that day, I can get to the 8th one or the 9th one or the 10th one and still be going hard and instead of fading away. So those are some of the ways that I use the Monavie products. You know, I use them all. You should use them all. You should try them all and see which ones work for you. But there are different ways that you can use them, not just to support a healthy lifestyle, but to support an active lifestyle. And one of the things that I love about being here at Monavie is that we all try to live that as much as possible. You know, sometimes work gets in the way, sometimes life gets in the way. We can't always be doing everything perfectly the way we want to. But take a look at some of the pictures that you'll see here. Monavie has a bike team that did a race recently called the Ulcer, the Utah Lake Century Epic Ride. It's 100+ miles around Utah Lake, and it is a tough ride because you start off in the morning, it's nice and cool, it's nice and sunny, you set off on your ride and you think, oh, 100 and something miles, this will be a piece of cake. But when you get to the other side of that lake and the wind starts blowing, you're glad you had these Monavie products on board. So I love the fact that we have access to these products. I love the fact that we work in an atmosphere that encourages us to be active and to really live what we talk about. I love the fact that we support the MORE Project in the ways that we do by living this active lifestyle. And I invite you to do the same. Try these products, use them in your own active lifestyle, and see the benefits that you can get. This is Dr. Sean Talbot. Thanks for joining me on this edition of From the Lab. See you next time. Hey, this is Dr. Sean Talbot. Don't forget to send in your questions so that we can answer them on future editions of From the Lab. Just send your emails to the address that you see at the bottom of the screen. Thanks.